Hey, beautiful mama. Welcome to the Radiant Mom Rising podcast, where we believe you were never meant to just survive. You were born to shine. I'm your host, Mary Dibble, life coach, mom of three, and your biggest cheerleader in creating a life and business you love. Each week, we dive into real conversations about mindset, motherhood, healing, and purpose, helping you break free from overwhelm, rediscover your worth, and rise into the confident, radiant woman you were meant to be. Because when moms rise, the world rises with us. So grab your coffee, take a deep breath, and let's get ready to rise together. Hey, welcome back. I'm here with Liz. Liz, how are you doing today?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to talk with you today and to share your story. For anyone who's going to be watching, I love this girl. I love watching her on Instagram. That's where we met, but she has the funniest, awesome videos, especially mom videos that I love following. So I'm glad that we got connected. And yeah, let's get started. Why don't you introduce yourself to the audience and tell us a little bit about, who you are and what you do?
All right. Well, again, I'm Liz, and I am a stay-at-home mom of two. So I have a 2-year-old and then a 4.5-year-old. The 2-year-old's a girl, 4.5-year-old's a boy. I've been married about 8 years to my husband, Robert. Live in Charleston. As you know, I've been doing the silly mom reels, encouraging self-care. I'm a brand ambassador for Red Aspen. I've been enjoying press on nails, all that stuff.
Awesome, awesome. Well, tell us a little bit about your backstory. I'd love to hear. You have your own podcast, so I'd love to hear a little bit about your journey as a mom, as a wife, and what's led you to where you're at today.
Yes. Okay. So where in the journey you want me to start then?
You tell us. You start with whatever you're comfortable with. Like, tell us a little bit about like your journey as far as before becoming a wife, and then what's how that's been like for you unfolding becoming a mom.
Okay. All right. Well, originally I am from Maryland. So I didn't come to South Carolina until college, basically. So I think that was 2007, I believe. And I was, how do I describe this? College was fun, but it was also very stressful, right?
Yeah.
And different things. I went through a little bit of this trigger warning, but I went through a little bit of an eating disorder. I do have an eating disorder history and went through treatment and all that good stuff. And let's see, I got a BS in psychology and I
Oh,
went to
wow.
grad school
Yeah.
for social work. And I am technically a licensed social worker. I'm not practicing at this time, but I'm still keeping up my CEUs. And I met Robert in the 2015, and we actually met at the gym at Planet Fitness. So you just never know where
I
you're going
know.
to meet people, right?
Yes.
And let's see. Yeah, I'm kind of all over the place, but that's just a little bit.
Yeah. So tell us, like, for those, I mean, because that's something I personally struggled with as well, is having eating disorders growing up.
Yeah.
How did you move through that? And did you feel like in the beginning of your relationship that that was something that followed you?
Oh, you mean with Robert?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, no. I actually, well, and I don't want to like, yeah, maybe I won't say, I won't say, I'll let him tell something someday, but yeah, no, I would say it followed me maybe a little bit, like with just I don't know, noticing eating and stuff. But in regards to, I struggled with binge eating disorder.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
in regards to that, I don't think I was really binging at that time. Honestly, after I went to treatment,
Yeah. Of
did I still have periods of struggling? Yes, but
course.
it was like dramatically better.
Yeah.
So it was more like if I struggled, it was more stress eating than it was binge eating.
Yeah. And you've come
So
a long way in your journey. I love how you share everything and on like I said, your videos. I love watching your videos. And you guys to have a podcast. So tell us a little bit about what got you started doing that.
actually, can I go backtrack for a quick
Yeah,
second?
of course.
Okay, because I did want to throw this in there. I was in a really dark, and I know not everybody's religious and all of that stuff,
No.
but but this is just part of my journey, right?
Yes.
So I was in a really dark kind of depression going on when I was the thick of my eating disorder at the beginning of college. And what was it, my first love, who I actually was going to get engaged to, he like gave me a promise ring and all of that stuff, broke up with me. I was heartbroken, all that. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is the end of the world, right? And that is kind of when I fully surrendered to God, because I was just in a not a good spot. And I, you know, from that point forward, yes, there was like church hopping. I didn't necessarily find a
Yeah.
community that I completely connected with, but that was my big turning point in my faith.
Oh my God, I love that. I feel you on that. I didn't really grow up in church, but I feel like he still found me. And when I was on my journey was struggling with drug addiction, like it's where it's funny how like he almost has a sense of humor and the way he kind of pushed me personally into being forced to go to this place where I couldn't ignore him anymore. And he got to really show me what he can do, and it was everything I needed to like completely turn my life around. And even though, I mean, even then, like I still fell like afterwards, and I'll never forget like being told that like if you fall again, sometimes it's a lot harder. And it was. I actually ended up in a physically abusive relationship, doing even harder stuff, for a while there. But at the same time, like he never gives up on us, and he still will lead you if you allow him to, like you say, to come over to get past that. And he gave me that opportunity again, even when I fell again, and it led me to Morganton, which was what led me to get pregnant unexpectedly. Which, like I said, my son, I always say he's my gift. He really saved me. He was my
Wow.
ultimate reason to turn my life around. So I just love that, hear that, because I do feel like it is an art when you're at that breaking point of like really wanting to give up or just really at your rock bottom. Like if you allow yourself to surrender, man, he shows up. Like even if you haven't even spent your life devoted. I love that.
So true. So
Yeah.
true.
But continue. Yes. And then tell us, yeah,
Oh,
exactly. Like after that,
yeah.
like how that led you. I guess that's where you were led into the treatment.
Yeah. So, oh, the eating disorder treatment. Yeah, that was in 2009
Mhm.
is when I just somehow, I don't know. I mean, I guess it was God, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Hmm.
decided to go to treatment, because I feel like that's not necessarily a, oh yeah, let's go to treatment kind of a deal.
And yet it's
Like,
the
you know
best
what I
thing
mean?
though. Like I
I
know, and I feel like
know.
that's something
I
I'm really
know.
trying to normalize with people. Like we're so scared to ask for help. We're so scared to like lean on others
Hmm.
and to get the support we need. But yeah, without it, like you're not gonna accomplish anything. Like we are our own worst critic. We always talk ourselves out of things. Like that was always my struggle, is like I started off strong and never finished. And so knowing that about me was why I was so determined in the end to stop sitting on the sidelines, to show up, and if I invested in myself, I was 110% invested. I learned what I came here to learn. I allowed myself to get coached. I allowed myself to get real, and it's what changed everything. And so it's like the things that help us the most, we're so resistant and so afraid of. But I'm so great, glad you did that, because it did change your
Yeah.
life. It was a turning point.
Yeah. Yeah. You as well for
Yeah.
all of that you've been through. You know what I mean? Like,
Gosh.
and I mean, not only was it was just like a really dark time, but my self-esteem, my confidence, like it was just all
Yeah.
so low. I was, dating all the wrong people, that were like just not just crummy to me, basically.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, this is just how it is. And,
Oh my
and it's like, wait a
God.
second.
Yeah.
Like I was in, never a physically abusive relationship, thankfully,
God. Yeah.
but like verbally abusive, like,
Oh,
things like
yes.
that. And it is possible to get out of it. It's just hard. It's
Yeah.
just hard,
It is.
you
It is, but
know?
it is. I love that,
So
but it is possible, and
it's
we're evident. We're
possible.
evidence of that, okay? And we have
We are
really good.
evidence.
Yes, and I feel
Yes.
like I finally have a really healthy marriage. I have two more beautiful children that came from that marriage, and it's like, and even then, it's like it's always. I love being real about that, and I've always said, me and my husband, we need to also like do episodes together, because we're very honest and we're really working. We've come a long way in the 10 years that we've been together, and I love to see how we've grown, and but how like It's not always rainbows and butterflies, and that's okay because I don't think it's meant to be. Like we're all always changing. We're not going to be the same people we were from the get-go, and that's okay. My goal is for us to evolve together and grow together, but that takes, you know, figuring things out, allowing yourselves to kind of have those moments where it's like, okay, yes, old patterns are maybe showing up, and we have to face that. We have to talk about it, and I think that's so important. So, I mean, to get through, I would love to hear a little bit about that with you, like of your opinion of what you went through as a marriage, because you're right, because you're like me. I have always struggled with the insecurities, no confidence, and it's taken a long time for me to get to this point, even where I am more confident in myself, and I am starting to care less and less what people think, and really being authentic to who I am and showing up, and I love it. I love it. But in the beginning, it wasn't always there, and that was a struggle.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's amazing though that you've like, come so far and everything.
Girl, I'm working on it.
Like,
Yeah. I'm like
I
that
know
person. I'm like, I'm
that's the
not gonna
thing.
let my past define me. I'm not gonna let that stop me anymore.
Exactly. And I feel like we're always working
Yeah.
on something. There's
Yeah.
always improvement, but it's just remembering how far we've come and,
Yeah. Celebrating.
because I mean, in those tough days, that's when you need to really think about, how far you've come. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah.
And tell us, like
But,
you too. Like, I mean, I'd love to hear a little bit about that. What that was like for you, going from that, because you
which,
said you said you went from like this verbally like almost like abusive, and then you lost that, you went through all these changes, and then you meet someone like Robert. Like I can imagine like how kind of, 'cause for me it's like when you meet that guy who ends up being like the one like that, you end up, it's so weird because there's a part of me that almost felt at times that, am I really worthy of this? Like, is this too good to be true? Like I'm waiting for I don't know if you ever felt that way in the beginning.
yeah, yeah. I'm trying to think of when I shifted, not that I like gained a whole bunch of confidence. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not saying that, but like when
That's
I shifted from really being small,
yeah.
you know what I mean? And I don't know exactly, but I do know that when I got to a point where I was just like, I just want a good guy.
Yeah.
And, I want to get married someday. I want somebody that loves God too, all that,
Oh,
you know. And when I came across him, I was in a healthier spot, not
yes.
perfect,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
but a healthier spot. And so I was like looking at things differently. And I actually approached him,
Oh,
believe it or
I
not.
love
And so, but it's kind of funny because I approached him in the gym and I thought that he like looked like somebody that I knew. Like, so I thought, oh, maybe that's like that person's
Yeah.
brother or whatever.
Yeah.
And he didn't hear me right away. So I just like walked away. I was like, okay, I guess I'm just like embarrassed or whatever. And there is a reverend in the gym. I mean, not like dressed as a reverend or
Yeah.
anything, but she just happened to be a reverend. And she's like, young man, she's trying to get your attention. I was like, oh my
Oh
gosh,
my God,
what?
God. That's
And,
interesting. Love it.
and so literally that's how it happened. And then we
Oh,
started talking and it was just so funny.
oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. And what quite the journey, right? How long have you guys been together now?
8 years.
Oh, that's awesome.
8 years, and we are going through marriage coaching right now, which has been extremely beneficial. And I think what people forget is like, you don't have to be at the bottom of the bottom
Yeah.
to do marriage, to be in marriage coaching. You don't have to be like, oh, that's it. I'm getting divorced, whatever, like at that stage.
Yeah.
Like, there are so many different things that you can work on with your spouse. And I
Yes.
feel like just as parents, things get busy and a little more chaotic, and
Mm,
there are amazing things that happen, but
yeah.
so many different challenges, right? And so it's just even more important to make sure that you have that connection with your spouse.
Oh my God, that's so, I love that you're doing that. And I'd love for you to speak up to that a little bit more too for moms listening who may be in a marriage who might be like, this is so crucial. I feel like it for so many, even for us personally, like I love my coach, and I even worked with an intimacy coach before because I personally have like a past trauma that I'm trying to work through so I don't bleed into my current situation. And so powerful to allow ourselves to have that. So if you will, like speak to that, if someone out there's listening and was like marriage coaching, like what does that even look like? Or why would I even get started? Tell us a little bit about your experience and exactly why this is so crucial to helping you contain a healthy relationship.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, first of all, when we started the marriage coaching, I actually brought it up to Robert. Not that he wouldn't be on board, just we had never really like talked about it or thought about it. We just knew that we were like, just there was a bunch of stress. You know what I mean? Like stress in
Yes.
our house and with the kids and
Oh
not feeling connected to one another. And I was
yeah.
like, well,
Hmm.
wait a second, this,
Yeah.
shouldn't be like this, right? And we genuinely love each other. So we were to put that investment in. And he was kind of just trusting me, like, even though I didn't really fully know what I was getting into, but just trusting, like, okay, I love you and I want to make things better. So let's figure it out. Let's try it.
Yeah.
Right. Never hurts to try.
Yeah.
And so we met these coaches, Chris and Aaron, who are actually, they live locally to us and they actually own a gym as well, Strike Fitness. But yeah, it was just kind of like, I don't know, I think just God's timing with everything.
Yeah.
So we're doing the marriage coaching and individual coaching with them. So the individual, I meet with Aaron and then he meets with Chris. And, you know, I don't know. I think what has been dramatic, like a dramatic change for us is we are doing like gratitude journaling daily. We're doing a devotional daily. We're doing, we're taking care of our bodies,
Yeah.
which is, I know but people are like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, okay, we've heard that already kind of a deal, but it's so important. Those
Yeah.
things are so important because it totally
Hmm.
will, transform your mind and your mindset and start out your day on a good foot. And if you start out your day on a good foot, you're more likely to be nicer to your spouse. And
Yes.
you know what I mean?
Yes.
Just all like it's the trickle whatever effect.
Yeah,
You know what I
it
mean?
is that and it's like that's the thing though. It's what's sad, I feel like, is we are so used to overcomplicating things so much. Like we feel like everything has to be hard that we sometimes don't allow ourselves to understand and see that sometimes the simple things makes all the difference in the world. And that
Mhm.
includes like taking those pauses and be taking time for yourself, not like just bubble baths, but like really resting when you need to rest, really allowing yourself to do things like the gratitude journal and start shifting the way you see the world and the way you see yourselves and your lives. Like even the language that you speak about yourself, especially for those of you who have children, I think is so important because they're always listening. And that will affect the way they see themselves, like whether we like it or not. And that's a huge thing for me is like being mindful of how I even talk about myself and how I talk about others because I know that they're picking that up subconsciously. And that's where a lot of our patterns, and you learn that through coaching. Like, see, there's a lot that I didn't know of how
Yes.
what we're doing to our own selves to cause the struggles and the things that we don't want. And so it's like, I think that's amazing that especially that he was willing to do that, because that's another thing I think a lot of people can struggle with. It's like having their spouse on board. So I love that you were able to, that he just was like, so like, yeah, I'll trust you or whatnot. I mean, and if anyone is struggling with that, I don't know if there's like a way of a conversation that you can have. But at the end of the day, like you say, when you really love somebody, you've got to be willing to do things that make you uncomfortable sometimes a little bit so that you can meet each other, and you don't know what can come out of these things that you try. Like my husband, I remember he was a little resistant to the idea of even going kayaking when we first met. And I was like, but he knew I was so passionate about it. So he gave it a chance. And then he ended up loving it so much that like it's become our thing, just like, I mean, it's just even,
That's great.
yeah, even his mom like signed us up for ballroom dance lessons. And he was so upset about
Oh,
it at first, but then we went and he loved it to the point that like we were even
that's
come home. Yeah,
awesome.
we came home, we still practice it and dance together. And it's like sometimes you just don't realize like, we just get in that comfort zone mindset of like, this doesn't feel safe. I don't like this. I don't want to do this. But without trying these things, without just doing it, like, it's okay to do it and say, hey, I didn't like it, but at least I know I tried. I always tell that with my kids, even with eating food. I'm like, thank you for at least trying it, because you just never know. You might love it and you may not,
Yeah.
And then I always tell them, even after a couple years down the road, still try it again. You never know. There's things that I didn't like as a kid, but now I love. I mean, that's just how it is. So, anyways, I just think that's neat that you guys are on that journey. And I would encourage anyone listening, if there's something that you've been dying to try, or you want to get that support to help strengthen your marriage, because I do feel like
Yes.
this is something, a tool
Yes.
that strengthens you guys, because it helps you to stay not blinded sometimes. Because you're right, we get on autopilot, especially when you have young kids. Oh my gosh, it there is so much going on, and it's hard to really, as a woman, I feel like, especially because the mom has the most, I feel like, on us naturally, to really, it's like they don't understand like how, when we have all this going on, and then at the end of the day, like we just want to shut down. Like, we don't have the energy to
Done.
always
Yeah.
get in the mood and to want to do things. And it's like, but then they feel a
Yes.
little neglected by that. And it's like, so you're trying to like balance it all, and feel like you're having to make everyone else happy. And that's where, how we sometimes neglect ourselves and we get put on the back burner. So this is good to talk about. It's good to be
Yeah.
real about it and talk about it. It's what's helped me and my husband survive, because instead of him assuming what's going on and taking it personal of the way I am, it was like nice to be able to share with him like what's really happening, what's really going on, so that we can hear each other and show up for each other in a way that allows us to both feel
Awesome.
seen and heard. And it's magical when you can do that. Absolutely magical.
Thank you. You are so you're very articulate at this. I love it. I love it. Because I'm like, I'm just talking here
I
and
know.
you're just like saying it like, I'm like, yes, yes, exactly.
So- I
So
love it. I
thank
love
you,
it, Liz.
Mary.
Oh yeah. Oh, thank you for sharing this, because it's so cool to like, just like I said, be real, have these talks, but hear these things, and help others who are listening to really grasp that message, that core underlying, like, how this can help you in so many ways that we just don't
Yeah.
realize sometimes, and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just feeling loved and respected. And I mean, gosh, even just intimacy, just sex or whatever, like it, you know, now it's kind of not awkward to talk about, but you know what I mean? Like people don't normally like talk about it, but I
Mhm.
mean, things change when you're a parent and it's
Yeah.
like, well, how do you maintain that connection, So
Yeah, and it's like I say, I always say, I tell my intimacy coach, I was like, I cannot wait to interview her too, because I love her and I love the,
yes.
what she's
Oh,
helped
that'd
me
be great.
through. Yeah, I know. Of course, that's coming one of these days. I'm
Oh,
always,
yes. So I
I
can't
know
wait
when
to
she.
listen.
Oh yeah, she's awesome, and she's from actually Australia too, so I love it. So it's like, that's the thing that's so cool about this journey. It's like you never know who you're gonna meet and the friendships you build, and it's
Mhm.
like, and like I said, the way this allows you to like really see yourself and really get the healing that you need, so that you stop allowing it to keep you from enjoying that with your partner, or having that, because it is important for everybody. But again, we're also made so differently, and it's about
Yeah.
understanding that, and also giving ourselves permission to have a voice, because we deserve to have a voice too. And that's something that was really hard for me. I felt like I always had to please, please, please. I was a big people pleaser, and because of that, I don't know, like it was just chaos inside all the time. And so now I'm at a place where I'm practicing it, and it's helping. We're actually getting better intimately. And even though even we have our struggles, or certain things, it's like I can talk about it, and I'm not afraid that he's gonna leave me, or he's
Mhm.
gonna hate me for it. It's like, no, like we do it in a loving way that just helps us to get past it and figure out, well, how can we work this through this together, and then we're laughing and having a good time. So I think that's
I love
important.
it. I love it.
Yeah, yes.
Oh,
And tell me what's mom life been like for you too as well. Like, I just always love talking about the kids. You got some young ones like I do. I have a 4 and a 6 and the 17-year-old. So tell us a little bit about that journey.
I mean, it's busy as you know,
Yeah. Yes, I know.
but I mean, I certainly wouldn't trade it.
Mhm.
There are definitely the hard days, of course, and as you know, this time of year with the sicknesses coming
Oh
around and all
gosh.
that good stuff that you're like, oh, okay, well, now we're sick again. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Oh
So,
my God.
um,
Nonstop.
yeah, but
Yeah.
seeing all of their milestones has
Yeah.
been just such a blessing. And it is very interesting to see the difference between my 2-year-old daughter and 4.5-year-old son, because my 4.5-year-old son, he was delayed in basically all of his milestones, you know what I mean, for a while.
Yeah.
And so he went through physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech,
Oh,
all of that. And it's just so weird seeing my daughter who's on track with milestones. And I'm like, wow, she can do this at this age. And it's my
yeah.
norm was my son, you
Mm,
know? So, but I'm also super proud because he's worked and he's really like
yeah.
working on his writing now. And
Oh.
it's just, he's moved to what they call extended day. He's in a
Mhm.
Montessori school. And so he's not in the napper room anymore. He's in the big boy room
Oh,
and,
love that.
learning more things throughout the day and Italian and like all this
Oh my
stuff. I'm
God.
like, I know, I'm like, this is amazing.
I know. I love
So
that. Oh, and that
yeah,
is true. Isn't that? Oh my God, that's so crazy. Like even just their personalities, like the difference. Because I too, like
yes.
Brea's like, she's so like, she's a dibble. Like she really is the one that's like very tall for her. I mean, everyone who meets her thinks she's already like 7 or 8, and she's only 6 because she's just always been above.
Oh my
You know,
gosh,
very
really?
tall. Yes, very tall. Very. She's gonna be one of those. I mean, oof, she's so beautiful. The same thing too. She picked up on
Oh,
things pretty easily, but then Cade comes and he's my tiny little my little munchkin. I love him so much. But he also like I think boys just sometimes take a little bit longer because Lord knows right now at potty
mm,
training even like he is. He does great at pre-K, but then he comes home and he's just like, that's out there. Yeah, we're
you're like,
working
wait a
on it.
second.
Yes, yeah, he's good overall. He really is. And he's so smart. I will say he's very smart. I mean, this boy
Awesome.
was able to read words and stuff better than Brea was even at a younger age. So it's weird, like you say, to see the difference in that. But like I said, and also watching them rise and see how they're like Brea's my math queen. That girl can do math like amazingly. All my kids have,
Awesome.
yeah. So it's like it's so
I-
cool to see that difference in them. And I don't know if your kids are not going to be there yet, but like when they get to that 4, 6 age right now is where I'm seeing a lot of the bickering, even more so of the fighting, the kid, the sibling rivalry.
Oh,
Oh yes, yeah,
oh,
that's an
good to
interesting
know.
phase. Yeah, it's like they're playing happy one minute and then one person does something and oh, it reminds me now. It's like I look back and I'm like, I now I see what my mom how she felt.
See, I grew up as an only child, so my mom just had me. Yeah.
Oh, so this is interesting for
Yeah.
you to have this kind of experience then. Oh, I
Yeah,
love it.
I know. I'm getting the full on picture here. Well, I mean, I feel like right now the kids are, Liam and Catherine will play. Well, it's hit or miss whether or not they're playing well together,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
But that
and
that,
of course
that
she
will
wants to do it. That'll change. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, and of course she wants to do everything her big brother does.
Oh my gosh. Yes, they do. Yes, they even Cade will copy everything Brea says. It's so
Really?
adorable. Yes.
Oh,
Yes. He'll say something about school or something and he'll have to completely repeat it. It's cute. Like I said, it's such a fun journey to be able to do these things, right? And even as a mom, like this is one of the things I'm very passionate about sharing is showing what's possible. I see that you, like I said, I know I brought the podcast up a couple times, and then also like you're doing nails, like the nails. Yeah, tell us a
yeah.
little bit about that journey, because like I said, being a mom and trying to do all these things as well, even being a stay-at-home mom, it's challenging. So what's your experience, but also your advice to moms out there who are maybe a stay-at-home mom and they're thinking about, oh, how can I make a little money on the side or find a passion of mine to do outside of just being a stay-at-home mom? What would you say to them?
Yeah. Okay. So well, first of all, as you know, well, still am, but I was a hospice social worker and then became a stay-at-home mom in, let's see, 2020, well, at the beginning of 2021. So
Yeah.
that's where that started. And in regards to Red Aspen and the press-on nails, I had absolutely no intention of doing this at all. Like,
Yeah.
but it's just one of those things where it just
Yeah.
So my director is so positive, and she's just one of those people that when you're around her, you just like, I don't know, just like
Yeah.
feel so joyful and light. And I wanted a part of that,
Yeah.
honestly. And that's kind of why I joined initially. I mean, I was also just very curious about the nails, but that was a big deal for me because I want joy in my life. I want fun, and I want to do something for me because I think that it's a lot of times as moms, it's just so easy, as you know, to
Oh
take
yeah.
care of everybody else, and then we're put on the back burner. And it's like, wait a second, like we still got to do something for ourselves and do something self-care, right? So yeah, but yeah, so these I
Gorgeous.
bought the thank you holiday nails.
I love it.
So I bought the business kit and I tried it out, and it was, free shipping. I was like, well, worst case scenario, I try these nails and they're just not for me, and at least I tried. And it took me a couple times to like get the
Mhm.
hang of it, just like anything. You're like learning something and
Oh
whatnot. But
yeah. Oh
it
yeah.
was just, I was like, I'm hooked because I'm serious. I'm like,
I
I'm
love
not
it.
having to go to the salon. I can
Gosh.
do it from home. It's cheaper. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I see it. So,
I love it. I love it. I'm definitely I know we're gonna have a conversation about that after this because I love like I know I see your videos too about it, and that's something that I used to love treating myself to was getting the manis. But you're right, when you have a lot going on, it's always important to still make that time for yourself. I'm not trying to say that for sure. If you're out there and you can do it, make it happen for sure. I've done that a couple times and I love it. But if you don't, like this is another like alternative and like you say, more affordable option that allows you to still treat yourself. And I think that's important to be okay with. It's like, okay, maybe I'm not in a
no,
season where I can go every couple of weeks to get my nails done somewhere. But hey, if this is something I can do and treat myself, and hey, you're learning, like you say, learning kind of a new skill of how to do your own thing, like that's kind of neat when you think about it. So
yes,
yeah, I think it's awesome that you're doing that.
yeah, it's very empowering too. It's yeah, because I think it's also part of my like this year I'm really actively working on my confidence and
Yes.
building that confidence and whatnot. And so every little thing of trying something new, or okay, well, I'm going to go in scared, even though, like, I
Yeah.
mean, even just this is my first podcast, right?
Oh,
But it's like,
yeah.
I mean, sometimes you just got to go in scared and just try something because you'll just never know.
Exactly. Well, you'll never become who you're meant to be without doing this part. Like, I always tell people, it's like the
Yeah.
most successful, all these people that you look up to, that you watch, that you're like, oh my God, I wish I could be like that. They also were in seasons like this too, where they had to push themselves out of their fears of showing up, of trying new things, of doing this. Like, we all go through that. And I think it's so important though for us to go through it because how else can we really relate to those we're meant to serve? How can we really relate to those we're meant to like make an impact if we don't know what it feels like? If things were just handed to us, we'd be ungrateful, entitled people probably. But this
Yeah,
is
kind of,
this builds
basically.
it does, but it builds character and it allows us to have that empathy and understand what it feels like when someone is now taking a step that you've taken those steps, you've grown, you've reached a little level to a certain point in your life or something that you are a little confident about. Now, someone else who's new, who's also struggling with the same, imposter syndrome or fears or whatever that you once did. Now
Yes,
you're
yes.
able to kind of help them see that, oh, wait, no, look, I'm evidence that it's possible. Just get through this. And yeah, good for you because it gives you something for
Thank
you
you.
too. It gives you that sense of purpose, like because we are more than just moms and we should be
Yeah,
allowed to like do things for ourselves that feel good, that helps us to even just grow our own wealth and grow our own selves in so many different ways. And that is exactly what I'm here to help share the message with. So like I said, and I'm very honored that
you.
I'm your first podcast. So I love it. I think it's great. And I think you should share your story. You're an amazing person. And like I said, anyone, you got to go check out her Instagram. She's a lot of fun to follow. I love, you're so good. I'm like, I wish I could do videos more. That is not where I'm at right now. I'm like, I'm not, I'll get there maybe someday, but you're an inspiration for me when I see those. So I love it. Keep going.
Thank you. I think we all have our different things, right? That
Yeah.
we,
Yeah.
yeah, different strengths. Yeah.
Well,
So,
so anyone listening, if they are
oh,
listening, if they, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, and it is a perk to earn at least 25% commission back even on your own purchases, which is like basically a discount for me in
Right.
general. So I'm just like, even if you do like, we have people who are actively working the business,
Uh-huh.
and then we have people who are more like the hobby and they just kind of want the discount. You know, they want to,
Yeah.
so
There's always those
yeah.
great options for you to make it. Yes, exactly. To give you a little something back. It's like getting that cash back, like that. Exactly. So why not? I mean, explore it. You never know. If, like you say, it's either for you or it's not. But if anything, you're just treating yourself to something that you can, because I've done that too, where I've tried things and it wasn't for me. And you know what? I honestly love that I honored myself and admitted that and was like, you know what? I did this. I didn't enjoy it. It's not the way I want to do. It's not the way I see my life going or how I want my business going, whatever it is. And then I left it because it's not aligned. And I think that's so important that we learn to, honor our values and get aligned with what feels good for us because that's where the opportunities are
Hey,
going to show up. That's where you're going to attract all the right people is when you are true to yourself and not trying to push it just because maybe you're like, oh, I just need to make money or I just need to do this or that needy type of energy. It doesn't help you. It really doesn't.
yes. And I mean, I have been not burned by a company in the past. I'm not going to say the company's name, but it just didn't align right with
Yeah.
me personally. And so it made me very skeptical to try anything
Oh, I bet.
again. I was just like on
Uh-huh.
like, nope,
Yeah.
don't come at me.
Yes. It's hard when that happens, but I've learned from that too. You know what? Even in those things that I've invested in that I feel like I didn't get what I thought I was going to, I have to look at it in a different way that, I still got something. Even if I'm taught through it that this isn't for me, that's still a powerful lesson to learn. It's still awesome because it just teaches you more about who you are and how you really want to show up in this world. So I want to encourage people not to be afraid to invest and to try things out because like you say, you're not going to really know what's meant for you or what you enjoy without trying it. And it takes getting out of your comfort zone. I get it. Trust me, I get it. Boy, have I stretched myself these past couple of years, even being on this journey and starting my podcast and becoming a life coach. All of that has stretched me in so many ways that I never expected, but I love it because I wouldn't be here and be
Uh,
building more, like you say, the courage of building your confidence comes from doing like
yeah.
what you're doing, showing up, letting it be messy, being real, and you develop that skill better and better over time to where it becomes easier and easier. And it's like, oh yeah, where I used to stumble on my words when I first started, now I feel very confident in how I show up, how I interview, how I talk to people, and that's awesome. I literally can watch it unfold, and it's just wonderful.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that
Mhm.
Chris and Aaron had us do is, well, still having us do, but our marriage coaches
Yeah.
is what was I going to say? Oh, writing down our list of accomplishments,
Oh, I love
like
that.
actually writing things down. You know what I mean? So that on the days that you're like really struggling, you can look back and be like, okay, yeah. Or like I am getting stuff done, even though it might be a season where I don't feel like I am. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yes.
So,
Yeah. And I think that is a very powerful thing that anyone can do right there to just really reflect. Always have something to reflect back to and see how far you've come because we don't give ourselves enough credit and we need to. Mamas, we are such
no,
bosses. Like we really are. We do
I
so
know.
much and that we do not give ourselves the credit we deserve. We do not allow ourselves to have the rest that we deserve or to treat ourselves. I've been guilty of it. I get it, but at the same time, like, come on, man. Like that's what I'm ready to change that story, change that narrative. Like, so we do empower ourselves because my goodness, we are meant to be like ruling things. Like we are queens. There's so much more that we're meant for that we just don't see yet. And that's something I'm really working to help moms see is what is like all that's possible for them because my goodness and it comes in so many different ways too. I love that about this world. That's why I think your uniqueness is something so special to embrace and not be afraid of or not be ashamed of, because that's something I see a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Liz, it's been so much fun
Um,
talking to you. If anyone's listening and wants to learn
yeah.
more about you, where would you say is the best place for them to find you?
Probably Instagram,
That's it.
ideally. So I'm Life with Liz Williams on Instagram.
Awesome, awesome. Definitely go follow her. She's a lot of fun. She really is. And I always open the
Thank
floor too.
you.
Is there any final piece of advice that you'd like to leave with the listeners today?
Just trying to think if mm, basically just don't think, just start, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm an overthinker.
Oh
So
God.
so like getting it, like sometimes I'm in my head too much. I'm not saying start like, oh, I'm trying to like sell you nails or anything. I mean, start whatever's on your heart, that you just kind of like been putting aside. Oh, but just do it. So, and
Absolutely.
take good care of yourselves. Take good care of yourselves, because you're a person that can take care of yourself. You know what I mean? Like nobody, you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
Nobody's going to do it for you, kind of a deal. You kind of have to initiate. So,
Yeah. And you matter too. I mean, we do. We matter too.
yeah,
So that's awesome, Liz. Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you again so much for everything you shared and for being part of this journey of mine. I just love meeting people like you, and I'm excited that we got connected like we did.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe below, follow along, and always leave a comment. Tell me what was your favorite takeaway. What are some things that are coming up for you through these conversations? I really love to hear from my listeners and know that I'm always here for you. If anyone listening is ready to take action and really follow through and implement the goals that you set out for, as well as work on that mindset and really step into your full potential and the CEO of your life, then I invite you, schedule your free 1 hour limitless mom strategy call with me while they're available. And let's explore where you are, where you want to be, and how we can bridge that gap together. I can't thank you all enough for tuning in each week. Always remember, until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and keep believing in everything that is available for you, Mama. You are worthy, you deserve it, and I'm so grateful to be walking this journey alongside you. Much love.